were mine. We played hide and seek for hours. Raised our
Friends, welcome back to the homestead. If you're new here, my name is Lynn. Welcome. And if you've been here before, you know the drill. Welcome back. And first, yes, thank you for all your well wishes. I am probably about 80% better, so we're getting there. It is taking forever. Again, I'm not good sick. I think the hardest part is just how tired I've been feeling, so I haven't been getting as many things done as I would like, but what can you do when you're sick, right? Today, it is going to be another pumpkin recipe because I have a lot of pumpkin left over from the scones we made a couple of days ago. And this is another recipe from the pumpkin cookbook. I'm not ready to give up on it yet. The pumpkin butter we made a few weeks ago from this cookbook was delicious. I mean, that was really, really good. So it has, you know, at least one good recipe so far. I'm starting to think it's not the recipes. I think it's the pumpkin. The pumpkin that we picked up, I forgot to show that in my grocery haul, but we picked up, I think 5 or 6 cans of pumpkin in the States because it is insanely expensive here for canned pumpkin. And I like to have a few cans just ready to go. I have a lot of pie pumpkins I need to break down and get preserved, but until then, I needed some canned pumpkin for some of these desserts I wanted to share with you all. I'm not impressed with the color. I don't even think it's coming through with just how light this canned pumpkin has been coming out of the cans. It's really not the great, and it's not usually the brand I buy when I get it from the States. I usually get Libby's, or there's an organic brand I think at Target that I like. This was from Dollar General, which it was a good deal, so I thought to buy it. Didn't see where it was made. Not too happy about where it was made, but we bought it, so now we got to use it. So hopefully this recipe is going to turn out okay with this pumpkin. So I'm going to try some of the recipes again that I didn't think turned out great with my pumpkin that I'm going to break down and preserve. And I will let you know when that happens, how they turned out and see if that's good. Because if that is the case, then we can keep this cookbook in my library of cookbooks. As I mentioned in my last video, I have a goal of using new recipes from cookbooks over the next several months and weeks. And if we do not like the recipes I'm going to be making for them, they're going to go into the giveaway pile. So fingers crossed I have more good recipes than not. But anyway, so yes, so today's recipe is going to be using pumpkin. And this I think is going to be fun because I know a lot of you all love pumpkin spice everything. And there's a specific company who makes a drink every fall that people go crazy for. And the ingredients aren't the greatest, and the amount of sugar that is in one of them is insanity. Like, it's a lot. And it's expensive. It is expensive. Now, it's obviously, I'm talking about pumpkin spice lattes. We're not coffee drinkers in this house. Don't care for it at all. So I am going to be making pumpkin spice latte, but they're going to be pumpkin spice tea lattes today. I do love a tea latte, love them. And this recipe actually makes 2. And I have broken down the price for you. So a large at a particular place is going to cost you $7.25 for one pumpkin spice latte. That's pretty expensive. And I mean, I might as well say at Starbucks, at least here, that's what they are roughly, between $7.25 and I think $9. It really depends. That's what they are here in our part of Canada. The one I'm going to be making today, and granted that's with coffee, so you know, this is with tea, but you can make this with coffee too. $3.75 a piece. So if you were to buy an average of 4 of these a week, it would cost you at least $30 a week buying them to go on your way to work or when you're out and about, whatever, versus $15 a week to make 4 at home. I think that's pretty big savings. That's 50%. And it's going to be so much better for you, and I'm hoping it's going to taste better. So let's get making it. It also would be cheaper with some of the different ingredients than what I'm choosing to use. So the recipe calls for milk. I actually like mine with half and half, which makes it a little bit more expensive. With milk, this would be even cheaper. I think you could probably knock it down to, it would easily be over $1 cheaper a serving. So you'd be looking at like maybe $2.75 for one versus $3.75. But like I said, I like my half and half. So I have a half a cup of half and half in here. And to that, I'm going to add half a cup of our pumpkin. In here I have 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of ginger, a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're going to add all that to the milk and pumpkin. And we're going to give it a stir, and we're going to put it on low and let this go for 10 minutes. We're going to cook this for 10 minutes, stirring frequently. And make a mess at the same time. So that was 10 minutes, and now we're going to whisk in 1 cup of the tea. Now this is loose tea that I did. This is Irish breakfast, so it's very strong black tea, but this is when you would add your coffee too. And we're going to add just 1 cup, I think it is. 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup. Yes, 1 cup. So about half of this. Oh, that's 1 cup. Whisk that. And we're going to add a tablespoon of vanilla. I have to say, it smells amazing. I must be getting better. I can smell a little bit better. Okay, so there's our tablespoon of vanilla. And then I warmed up the remaining half and half. So altogether you need 1 3/4 cups for this recipe. This is about 1 1/4 cup. I heated it up. We're going to add that to this. And in here I have some whipping cream. This is just my little frother, and I've whipped it up so it's a little bit thick. We're going to add that on top. Let's try them. Ready? Cheers. Sweet. Much sweeter than I like my tea. You like your tea sweet, but so I would add less sugar. I think maple syrup would be really good too. Not just with brown sugar. I think doing it with maple syrup, but it's good.
It's different. Okay.
He doesn't like lattes, so he's trying this for me, but it's too sweet for me.
It's got a little bit of kick in there, so something's going on.
It's just normal spices. Clove. There is some clove in the pumpkin pie spice you might be tasting, but it's very, very sweet. It's too sweet for me. I'm going to add more tea. Just a second. Okay, so I had a little over a cup of tea left. 1 whole cup of tea. I just dumped my mug into that, heated it back up, and it's much better. So it was the sweetness for me. David's not liking, because I also made it with half and half, which he doesn't like his tea with half and half. Oh, I think it's much better. So it was just the sweetness that was bothering me. He's going to heat his up again. He added some milk, and we're going to see. But he keeps saying it's spicy, but I'm usually the first one to complain about spice. I don't taste anything. Of course, I still have my cold or whatever the heck I had, so.
That's true.
That's good. I like that. Yay, finally a good recipe from, I would definitely, unless you like them really sweet, keep the 3 tablespoons. But for me, when I make a cup of tea, like a mug this big, I have the smallest tablespoon of honey in my tea. So I'm not a real sweet tea person, unless it's cold. I like cold sweet tea, but okay.
Try this again.
Try it again.
Here we go.
A little better?
It's better.
Okay. But you're still not a fan.
A little. It's just a little.
But to be fair, he's not a big fan of. You like cappuccinos.
Yes.
Which that's the only coffee he drinks. He does drink a cappuccino, which are very sweet.
Yes, but
I definitely calling this a win. And I don't go to those places anyway and buy them. But if you do, this is delicious. I have no idea what the others taste like, to be fair, because I've not bought them. But this is very, very good. With the little bit of the tweaking I did, it is very, very good. And it's certainly a lot cheaper. And like I said, you can make this cheaper if you use different ingredients. I also used all organic spices, which makes them a little bit more expensive, but from what I made, that's what it cost me, $3.75 Canadian to make it. But again, it would cost you, I'm sure you could get that down to less than $2, depending on what you changed for ingredients and where you are. So cheers, very delicious. I'm loving it. I'm going to finish this and enjoy it. And yeah, I'll be making that the rest of this month. That is really good. Until then, friends, take care, God bless, and we'll see y'all soon.